Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all doing? Hopefully you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something that's a little bit different, something that's kind of out of my comfort zone, something that I want to try. I want to try doing a movie review, and if this does well and people enjoy it, then I'm going to keep doing it, basically for all the new films that basically come out over the next, however many years. I'm going to split this video into sections. First off, I'm going to give you a very brief outline of what the movie is about. We're going to talk about the storyline, we are going to talk about the visuals, and on top of that, I'm going to tell you whether it's worth seeing. If I decide to watch this film in either just normal screening or if it's in 4DX, if you don't know what 4DX is, it's basically where there's like movement with the seats, there's air blowing by and stuff like that. It makes it more immersive and stuff like that, pretty much. I'm going to give you basically recommendations on whether you should see it or not, whether that's in normal screening or 4DX. First off, I'm going to go ahead and read to you what the film is about, and this is literally, you can find this on Google, so if I'm looking at my monitor, you'll know exactly why. So, daredevil archaeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary dial that can change the course of history. Accompanied by his goddaughter, he soon finds himself squaring off against Jürgen Voller, a former Nazi who works for NASA. So that's basically what the film is about, and this is, I just want to very quickly say, this is coming from someone who is, I suppose you could say, an outsider in terms of the Indiana Jones films. I've not seen, or at least to my recollection, I've not seen the other films. So this is someone who's basically diving straight into the deep end. This is my first film, from my recollection, watching a full Indiana Jones film. So, obviously, reviews might be a little bit biased here and there. Again, this is coming from someone who hasn't really watched the other Indiana Jones films, but there we go. I'm still going to do a review on it. I don't care. The storyline, I have to personally give it a 7.5 out of 10. I don't necessarily think it was bad. I think it was quite fun. It was enjoyable. Like I was explaining earlier about 4DX, I went and saw this film in 4DX, which I do have to be 100% honest, it definitely played a part in the kind of enjoyment of the film, because especially, and obviously spoilers ahead, there was a massive action sequence where Indiana Jones is in like a tut-tut, which is like a little motorbike with like a kind of roof and whatnot, and a bunch of cars and stuff like that. It made it very immersive, and obviously, like I said, I know that's very, it's because of the 4DX, so I'm gonna try and keep it mainly storyline based. But just to kind of throw that out there, the whole 4DX experience was fantastic with this film. But in terms of the storyline, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was engaging, it was fun, however, just in my personal opinion, it felt a little bit slow. And obviously, I know not every film does get into the action right away. I'm going to assume that all the other kind of Indiana Jones films, it's kind of slow, and then midway onwards it kind of gets into the action kind of thing. That's basically how it was with this film. I'm not necessarily saying that the storyline was bad. I actually found it quite enjoyable, and it certainly wasn't bad. I enjoyed the film. So the storyline, I'd say it's pretty good. Let's go and talk about the visuals. Visually, again, it's pretty good. Now, I'm not really probably going to give a rating on this. However, I will say that if you are traditional, kind of Indiana Jones fan, then you're going to be given what you were expected. Now, from what I've seen of the other films, probably literally like one other film, the editing style and also just the visuals and everything, it's basically what you're trying to expect. In these kind of newer films that are coming out and whatnot, all of them have drone shots, they all have, fantastic CGI kind of stuff and whatnot, special effects. This one, not so much. You can definitely tell that there is a bit of CGI simply because the main character, Indiana Jones, or Harrison Ford, basically he looks quite a lot younger to what it looks like now. So you can definitely tell that there's definitely been some CGI with that. In terms of the traditional editing style and stuff like that, you're going to be given what you expected. I just want to very quickly talk about whether you should go see this film. So, this is, again, my personal opinion. If you are a hardcore Indiana Jones fan, this is the film for you. 100%. Like I said, you're going to be given what you expected. However, if you're an outsider like me, personally, I'm going to have to say, don't see the film. Because you're not really going to understand... You're not going to understand too much. In terms of the characters, now, I did hear, because my girlfriend, she's watched some of the Indiana Jones films. The main kind of characters that you see in the kind of older films, they do return into this one. So Harrison Ford and then a couple of the other characters as well. They do return into this film, which is obviously a good thing for the people who like Indiana Jones. But from an outsider like me, it doesn't really make a difference. I don't really kind of understand like the relationships and friendships and stuff like that. Now, whether you want to see this film in 4DX, I would highly suggest it, to be 100% honest. Of course, if you're in America, I don't know if you have anything similar. If you do, then great. If you don't, then that's unfortunate. However, for the people in the UK, obviously, you can go to cinemas and, you know, they'll have 4DX and whatnot. I would highly suggest that you go ahead and see it in 4DX. It was quite a lot of fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. Overall, I give the film a 8 out of 10. Like I said, the story was pretty good, but I think it was a little bit slow-paced at times. On top of that, the visuals were very good, and the editing technique, or editing style technique, was very good as well. However, you can definitely tell it's trying to stick to that kind of traditional Indiana Jones style, which I completely respect, but for an outsider like me, not really something that I'm quite into. But nonetheless, the story was good, so I can't really complain too much. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and if there's anything that I can do to improve, then again, let me know. I want to do more videos like this, and I'm going to consider making this series a regular thing. I want to be able to call this Monday Movie Reviews or just something like that. I'm sure I'll come up with a title pretty soon. But there we go. And if you want to see more films and stuff like that, probably only going to do the new films rather than old ones. If I do some old ones, it's probably going to be some of my more like favorite films, so like Tokyo Drift and stuff like that. However, what I do know is that I'm going to just 100% do the newer films and then maybe consider doing some of the old films if I feel like it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Take care.